Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the show. We are starting this morning with one of Seattle's most iconic fashion designers because she's got a very big anniversary coming up and we cannot wait to celebrate with her. Luly Yang is with me now. It is such a pleasure to have you on the set and to meet you. I got to wear a Luly Yang once in my life and it's so beautiful.
And you look gorgeous.
Aw, thank you. I have to say, you have so many wonderful parts of fashion and history of fashion, but tell us first about this event coming up.
So the event is on September 30th, and it's a benefit for Seattle Children's. And my annual shows are always a benefit for Seattle Children's. I just absolutely love the work that they do there. And so it's been 3 years since we've done our annual runway show. This is going to be a big one. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary as well. We're going to set up a museum as part of the show. Pre-show, you'll get to see 20 of my vintage pieces from the last 20 years. And
so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad it benefits children. It has a special place in my heart. My son spent some time there too. And it is amazing when you see philanthropy and fashion come together. And we are not going to see today some of the new looks because that happens. You're going to have to wait and go to the event if you want to see the new stuff.
Come see the new 67 pieces that we've created.
Wow,
yes.
67 pieces. All right, well, let's look at what we have here for us this morning, which is one of the museum pieces, right?
Yeah, we have two of the museum pieces, and the first one is from our Crescendo collection. So I designed this when I lived in Vienna.
Oh.
It's obviously very, guess what? It's inspired by music.
Piano.
Yes, so this is called Key to Couture. And I play piano since I was a child, and it's one of my favorite instruments. So, of course, we have a few pieces that are inspired by the piano.
The Crescendo collection. How incredible. I love that. The back is just absolutely phenomenal. You were living in Vienna, and so when you're a designer, where you live really inspires you, I would imagine.
And the people. The people and the environment, it all inspires me. Sometimes food. So we never know.
You never know.
Never know.
I think that is fabulous. What a beautiful dress. Thank you so much. You also have been working on uniforms, I understand. Tell me about that.
Well, I started doing uniforms for Alaska Airlines back in 2015. And then I found a love for it through working with the people. The best part is really the people. And then I started doing work for Amazon.
Oh, because I was wondering, I see Amazon there
so I do
as
the
well.
Amazon, the delivery service providers, and that was really nice. And during 2020, I was a mask designer for all the uniform employees as well, and that was very rewarding to be able to do something during that very difficult year. Recently I just launched the Space Needle.
Wait, the Space Needle uniforms?
Yes.
How cool. Okay.
Yes.
You know, and what I love is all these companies with local roots they come to you for this inspiration design. I love talking about that. Now I want to get to our second model and the second look because it is so beautiful. Tell us about this look.
So this one I personally made in the sewing room also. Like,
you
of course,
personally made this.
They're all my babies, and I can't say I have a favorite, like a child, you know. This is from a collection called Butterfly Effect, and this is the finale dress. And when she walks, it has a lot of movement. You see that? So it kind of takes flight.
I love
that dress.
It's marabou feather. Is that what it's called?
It's ostrich.
Ostrich.
Yeah, it's ostrich, but it's tie-dyed ostrich. So it's you see it's stripy like that, but it has great movement when she's walking.
How do you marry? I mean, how do you take the ostrich and the fabric? Because I love that the difference in the fabric is structured, it's strong, and then the lightness of the feather.
I like the juxtaposition of that. You know, the sculpture and then the softness, and I think in clothing, movement's really important, and fit is even more important, how it kind of shapes around the person's body and how it feels on, because it really, it's the person who wears it is what I'm trying to highlight.
Right.
Yeah.
How long does it take to make something like that? I'm just curious.
This one takes a while because there are 6 layers of skirt in there and quite a bit of fabric, so I think this probably took us a couple months to do,
Unbelievable. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see all the dresses. And speaking of which, let's talk about what it's like when you went in and you looked at all the dresses. What was it like to look back on 20 years of design?
Well, there's so many memories, and I see the hundreds of faces of the women and the men that I have dressed over the years, and I remember all my clients. So it's just been such a rewarding 20 years.
I have to say, you know, there are so many people who love fashion and are aspiring to fashion. Did you always want to be a fashion designer, and what was your path like?
My path started when I was, I think, 5 or 6, when my parents gave me a box of crayons, and I think the first things I was drawing were dresses.
Really?
So I just started at a very young age that I had a love for that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what fashion was at the time. I didn't know what that word was.
Right,
so I just knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I have a degree in graphic design, and I worked in architecture for a few years.
That makes sense looking at your dresses.
Before I actually switched the medium. I mean, design is design. Now that I am a little bit more mature, I understand, okay, foundational, all the same, medium, different, technically different.
Yeah.
But I think design is design, and you know, and all my friends who are designers in other industries, we all speak the same language.
Yes, I understand. I can imagine.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, who inspires you?
My mother inspires me, my grandmother inspires me,
Love that.
and they made all of our formal clothing when I was growing up. So that was pretty fabulous to have 2 women in my life that were so creative and so inspiring.
And they taught you to sew?
Yes.
See, you know what? I think that's so important. We get so far away from that. I can barely sew a button, but you know, when you can create something of your own. Have you ever created clothing for them?
For my family?
Yeah, and grandma?
No, I think they were way advanced ahead of me. I was always just assisting, and I still use my grandmother's scissors and her sewing kit.
Oh, wow.
So it's really nice to have their little crochet tools in there, and they're precious to me. They're like
heirlooms.
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I wish my grandma was here, and I wish she could come to my show next week.
I know
I think she would love it.
I'm sure she will.
Yeah, or my grandpa too. He's an architect. He would love it too.
Oh.
So yeah.
Amazing. Such history in this family. Well, I am so thrilled that I got to see all these beautiful things today, and I hope that you all come to the show and you can see all these beautiful things as well. So here's your reminder. Luly's upcoming Made in Nature Couture event is benefiting Seattle Children's, and it's happening Saturday, September 30th at Fremont Studios. Just head to our website for ticket info.